Will Carson Wentz get his first start for the Chiefs after another Mahomes ankle injury? Plus, Trent McDuffie and the Chiefs use the stadium design flaw to crush the Browns on Sunday as the defense does something that hasn't been done by another team in 15 years. Welcome back to All Chiefed Up. We're back with another podcast for that ass.
Before we get the show started, do your boys a favor, hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
You're listening to All Chiefed Up.
So the Chiefs finally won a game by more than one possession on Sunday with a 21-7 victory over the Cleveland Browns. But it came with its drawbacks, as there's now drama over the health of Patrick Mahomes. The greatest quarterback of all time suffered a high ankle injury when getting hit high and low late in Sunday's game in Cleveland. He was pulled from the game, and Carson Wentz stepped in on the last drive to secure a Chiefs victory. According to an article written by our boy Charles Goldman of A to Z Sports, Andy Reid confirmed after the game that Mahomes indeed suffered a high ankle injury, but added that nothing was broken and they could have re-entered the game under different circumstances. Goldman went on to cite that several different NFL insiders reported that Mahomes was week to week with a high ankle sprain, and that Mahomes himself spoke about the injury after the game, intimating a wait-and-see mentality regarding its significance and impact. Ian Rappaport was also on Good Morning Football on Monday, claiming that Mahomes is feared to have a high ankle sprain, but only time will tell what that means for the Chiefs.
So should the Chiefs just sit Mahomes and start Wentz? Let's discuss. Wentz was signed in the offseason and gave the Chiefs their best backup quarterback scenario in years. Wentz may also be at the top of the backup QB ranks league-wide and could probably start for at least 5 teams. So would the Chiefs automatically lose to the Texans if Mahomes doesn't go? The answer is no way in hell. Wentz only threw 14 passes this preseason for the Chiefs, but he completed 64.3% of those for 57 yards and a long touchdown to Xavier Worthy versus the Lions. So that single play shows that Wentz can stretch the field if need be, and his timing with Worthy may not be that far off from Mahomes at this juncture either. The last start for Wentz came for the Rams in Week 18 of last season. He completed 17 passes for 163 yards, and he had 2 touchdowns versus the Super Bowl runner-up San Francisco 49ers. He would throw 1 pick that game, but on 9 pressures and 2 sacks, the stat line looked no worse than Mahomes' stat line versus the Browns this past Sunday. The thing about Andy Reid and backup success is simple. Reid succeeds with backups because he has to get creative and use multiple facets of the game to protect the quarterback. Wentz would get that same treatment, which would lead to more running game and faster passes from the pocket, which is useful with that makeshift left side of the offensive line. It feels like you need to have something worse than an ankle sprain to keep Mahomes off the field, and that probably holds true here. But if they do decide to rest Mahomes, it feels like Wentz not only would be successful with the offense, but it may spark something with Reid and even Mahomes watching on the sidelines that could be beneficial moving into the playoffs.
So what are the playoff and number 1 seed scenarios looking like? The Kansas City Chiefs are in the driver's seat in the race for the AFC's number 1 seed. Pro Football Network's model currently gives the Chiefs a 76.7% chance of securing that top spot. While the Chiefs could not clinch the number 1 seed in Week 15, they could continue to pull further ahead of the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers, the only 2 teams with a realistic path to challenging Kansas City.
Fortunately for Buffalo, their final 3 games are very, very easy as they face the Patriots twice and the New York Jets at home. Basically, the Bills need to win out and the Chiefs need to drop 2 games. Can that happen? Well, the chances are a lot higher if Mahomes misses time. The Chiefs play 2 playoff teams next in the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then they finished the year with another playoff team and divisional rival, the Denver Broncos. We know Sean Payton would love nothing more than to destroy the Chiefs' number 1 seed chances. Today's show is sponsored by Manta Sleep Mask. You got to check this out. We weren't big believers in sleep masks. I thought they were going to be too big, too hot, too bulky, but Manta Sleep Mask changed that perception for me. These sleep masks are so comfortable. You can change the cup around your eye and find a custom fit. That way the mask finds your comfortability. With these pillows around your eyes, you feel 0 pressure. And with a 100% blackout technology, you can go to sleep anytime, day or night, no matter how erratic your sleep schedule is. You can go with the sound mask, the pro mask, the silk mask, or just the sleep mask. You should go check out their website by clicking the link we have provided for you in the description below and read up on which option sounds best for you. But regardless of which mask you choose, use our code ACU10 at checkout and receive a 10% discount that we have secured through Manta Sleep for you, Chiefs Kingdom. Again, go to the description, find the link, find the mask you want to try out, use code ACU10 and get yourself some of the best sleep you've ever had in preparation of this long football season.
Shout out to cornerback Trent McDuffie for getting his first interception in the NFL against the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, or before he turned his head to make the catch. For whatever reason, I somehow glanced up at the Jumbotron because it was a scramble drill and just saw him launch it, McDuffie said. I was like, that's to my side, so let's just turn around. Following that pick, Winston was benched as the Browns turned to second-year quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
In what proved to be a massive game for the defense, the Chiefs managed to accomplish a feat that only 2 other teams have in the last 15 years, with 6+ takeaways and 5+ sacks in a single game, along with 1 from Charles Omenihu, 1 from Turk Wharton, and a half sack each for Nick Bolton and Drew Tranquill. According to Next Gen Stats, Chris Jones generated a season-high 8 pressures on 40 pass rushes in Week 15 against the Browns. That's a 20% pressure rate. He generated 4 of his pressures under 2.5 seconds. Jones has now generated 26 quick pressures this season, 9 more than the next closest defensive tackle.
Steve Spagnuolo and the Chiefs had an obvious agenda on Sunday, which was to get takeaways, something this Chiefs defense has been lacking this season. Whatever the recipe was, it worked like a charm, and here's the hopes. If you made it this far, type Spags in the chat to show some love to our Hall of Fame defensive coordinator and his defense.
Before we go, shout out to Chiefs backup guard Mike Caliendo. He filled in for Joe Thuney at guard on Sunday and had himself a game. Per PFF, Caliendo scored a pass blocking grade of an 80.9, which ranked 16th in the entire NFL out of all offensive linemen and was the highest on the team. Thanks for liking, subscribing, clicking that bell. Go Chiefs.